Tonight on To The Point, a push to resentence the Menendez brothers.
I came to a place where I believe that under the law, resentencing is appropriate.
The next steps in their case, plus addressing the homeless crisis. One business struggles to clear camps and the changes that could come. California's natural lakes are dying. Tonight in our week-long investigation, meteorologist Rob Carlmark travels to Lake Elsinore to look at possible solutions. But first, it's the Kings season opener. We take you live to Golden One as they get ready to take the court.
Thank you so much for joining us on To The Point. I'm Alex Bell, and we are just 30 minutes away from tip-off for the first game of the Kings season. The team will be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center tonight. And this is a live look over the stadium as fans gather for the season opener. And ESPN just named Golden One the best venue in the league. We do have team coverage tonight, including a preview of what this game could look like. Starting us off is ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha. He is live in front of the Golden One Center tonight. Garshpal, there is a lot of anticipation for this first game, as we all know.
And Alex, there is, and we're 30 minutes away until tip-off, and more fans are starting to come in here, and they're really excited for this season opener. Outside of the Game 7, those are the two best two words in sports. Season opener is trailing right behind it, so fans are just slowly trickling in. Again, the game is about 30 minutes away, so there's a renewed hope from fans that this could be a successful season. Unfortunately, last year they barely missed the playoffs, so this year they're hoping things change. And earlier we had the Sacramento Kings breakdancers and drumline helping pump the fans up, but this year the reason why a lot of fans are excited, this is the 40th year the Kings have been in Sacramento, and for one fan you're about to hear, he was not going to miss this season opener.
Mom started taking me to the games when I was 9 years old. I'm 49 now, so it's full circle.
Oh man, season opener is like the Super Bowl or something. It's like everybody comes together, we get excited and pumped, and we're just looking forward to hopefully a healthy, great season.
Yeah, and fans are going to be hoping to light the beam tonight. They're facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. The fans just excited with some of the additions that they've made in the off season. They're hoping that can translate to a win tonight and hoping to light that beam. So reporting live from the best arena in the NBA, according to ESPN, I'm Garshpal Sangha, ABC 10. Alex.
Can't lie, I'm a little jealous. I wish I was going to the game right now. All right, thanks, Garshpal. We appreciate it. All right, let's head out to ABC 10's Kevin John. He is live inside the Golden One Center tonight. Now, Kevin, besides lighting the beam, what else do you think the Kings are hoping for in tonight's game with the Timberwolves?
The Kings are hoping to come out, set the tone, and beat the brakes off of the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Look, there's a lot of anticipation coming into this game, especially with the acquisition of six-time All-Star DeMar DeRozan over the summer. So Mike Brown and the Kings are looking to come out and set the tone against a very good Minnesota Timberwolves team tonight. Now, let me tell you about these Sacramento Kings. Even though they went through the preseason 0-4 or 5 winless, that doesn't matter, because tonight is when it actually matters, their regular season opener. And of course, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation, not just from the fans, but from the players as well. Keep in mind, this is a roster that has been banged up. A lot of injuries throughout a lot of these guys throughout the last 6 months. So this is really the first time they're all playing together. We just heard from Mike Brown about 45 minutes ago about what he's expecting to see from the team tonight. Take a listen.
We want our guys to be active, and so if they're active defensively, hopefully they'll come up with some deflections. We want our guys offensively to push the pace, and that doesn't just mean on the dribble. It means look for kick aheads. It's backcourt pass to the front court, get to the corners within the first 3 to 4 seconds. Obviously, we like to crash, and we have our areas that we like to crash from, and so still doing that.
Back out here inside of Golden One Center, you heard Garshpal just say it. ESPN ranked this place #1 in the world, and Alex Bell, there is no lie in that. When you come out here, you see exactly what this energy is like. And Alex, if you are good, I'm going to come back to the station with a T-shirt for you.
Yes.
Every person in attendance will get this shirt. It says 40 years of Roar here in Sacramento. So, Alex, I'll keep that in mind if you're on your best behavior.
I'm going to hold you to it. I know exactly where you sit, so I'm going to come collect my T-shirt, Kevin. Thank you so much. And just so you know, our Kings coverage continues tonight after the game. We will carry the Kings post-game news conference live on our ABC 10 Plus app. It is free to download on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Of course, there's been a lot of news today, so let's get you caught up on some of those stories, because new tonight out of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles County District Attorney has recommended that Eric and Lyle Menendez be resentenced for the 1989 killings of their parents. The brothers were sentenced back in 1996 to life in prison without parole, and the brothers previously admitted to the crime but said they feared their parents would kill them to prevent the disclosure of their father's longtime alleged sexual molestation of Eric Menendez. The DA says he will now push for the brothers' charges to be reduced.
We're going to recommend to the court that the life without the possibility of parole be removed, and that they will be sentenced for murder, which, because there are 2 murders involved, that will be 50 years to life. However, because of their age, under the law, since they were under 26 years of age at the time that these crimes occurred, they will be eligible for parole immediately.
The recommendation will now go before a court for approval, and the decision will ultimately be up to a judge. The trial of the man accused of a series of sexual assaults between 2013 and 2014 is underway. J.D. Simeon, dubbed the Cloverleaf Rapist, was arrested back in November of 2021. Today, prosecutors presented how they were able to get DNA evidence of the assaults. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says they used investigative genetic genealogy. In court today, Simeon's attorney called in Kanaya Myers, a friend of 15 years, to testify about his character.
I have never seen him act in any kind of aggressive, sexual manner with me, and I've been with him by myself at my home. So that's a perfect opportunity to kind of switch the flip, I guess, as far as if you wanted to pretend to be somebody or not.
Simeon faces 5 felony charges, including kidnapping, rape, and sexual battery. And it has been a decade since Sacramento County Sheriff's Deputy Danny Oliver was killed in the line of duty. Today, his life was honored by the Sheriff's Office to ensure that he is never forgotten. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen shares with us this special dedication.
Deputy Danny Oliver lost his life in October 2014 when he was shot and killed while attempting to pull over Luis Bracamontes, leading to an hours-long rampage through Sacramento and Placer counties. Michael Davis, a Placer County Sheriff's detective, was also killed. Now, 10 years later, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office dedicated a community room in honor of Oliver.
Many of our officers are new and don't know who he is, so we're not only carrying on his legacy for those that were here and experienced it, but we're also teaching it to a new generation.
Oliver's daughter says it's amazing to see the continuing support of her father.
He loved his job. He loved helping people, and he liked getting the worst criminals off the road.
Bracamontes was sentenced to death, but in May, all death row inmates were transferred to other prisons across the state, following the governor's moratorium on the death penalty in 2019. Prop 66 also allows the transfer of condemned inmates to any state prison. Bracamontes is currently serving his sentence at the California Medical Facility in Vacaville. In Sacramento, Jeannie Nguyen, ABC 10.
Coming up, one business struggles to clear homeless encampments. How city officials are responding.
Temperatures 71 degrees right now in your length of beam forecast, with temperatures dropping off into those 50s and upper 40s into the early morning hours. But will this cold streak continue? I'll have your answer coming up.
Plus, California's dying lakes. Tonight in our week-long investigation, we travel to Lake Elsinore, where innovation and collaboration have helped find a solution to treat toxic algae. Meteorologist Carly Gomez with a look at our forecast. Things are cooling down, which is going to be incredible.
Yeah, finally an average temperature day as opposed to some of those well above average days near triple digit at the start of the month. But now we're going to be looking at much cooler temperatures as we move into the weekend and next week. Even major cooling trend expected next week. But Sierra snow showers are also in the forecast for Sunday and Monday, but mostly Monday. Valley shower chances are also a possibility. Right now, about a 30% chance, so still pretty slim. But just to let you know, there may be a slight chance to see some showers on Sunday. Upper 70s for the highs today, low 70s in the foothills, and we are seeing that weather impact alert day for the high elevation snow chances Sunday, but again, mostly Monday afternoon. Now, high pressure's in place, keeping us mostly clear right now, but as we start moving from Friday to Saturday, still pretty warm temperatures in the upper 70s, but by Sunday into Monday, you're seeing a nice trough dipping in, a low pressure system bringing in some snow for the higher elevations of the Sierra, and we get back to dry conditions across the Sierra and the Valley spots with temperatures in the 60s as we move into next week. Again, mostly clear skies, mostly sunny, a few clouds in and out of the area, but otherwise, here's our chance to see a slight chance of showers north of I-80 on Sunday, and then most of that remaining for the Sierra spots on your Monday afternoon, clearing out for us by Tuesday. As we take a look at what we can expect for the next 3 days, upper 70s turn to mid 70s on Sunday. Again, that slight chance, but I wouldn't bank on that really ruining any plans for your Sunday. As we move into next week, you're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, mostly sunny skies, but check this out. Overnight lows, they're dropping down into those low 40s by the following weekend.
Next on To the Point, a business owner is fed up with homeless encampments near his property. What's being done to help? Plus, California's dying lakes. Tonight, we head to Lake Elsinore to see how leaders are finding a solution to stop our natural lakes from turning green. We know solutions to the homelessness crisis are complicated, costly, and slow going. Advocates say that they are doing the work and they know more needs to be done. Others are just fed up with the issues that they see on our streets. ABC 10's Becca Hobbecker followed up with a Sacramento business owner who says that he's not seeing enough change.
We first met Mike Sacca back in April. He owns Golden Corral on West Stockton Boulevard in Sacramento. At the time, he said people in a nearby encampment were leaving trash, causing vandalism and intimidating customers.
They spray paint the building, they've broken windows. This is an ongoing daily thing for us.
After our story aired, he said the camp was cleared, but people and issues have returned.
This pipe here used to connect down to this pipe, 1.5-inch copper piping. This feeds our irrigation.
This week, Sacca found the pipe cut. Recently, he arrived at work to find the windows of his restaurant's vehicle shattered, a $2,500 repair. He says this RV had been trespassing on his property, and police just moved it onto the neighboring property. These tents line the fence near his restaurant.
I've tried to reach out to 311.
As the city tells people to do when reporting non-emergency homeless encampment issues.
I've been sending in the emails and making the phone calls, but I don't get any response.
The city tells ABC 10 they have responded to his reports. Since August 1st, the city's incident management team has responded to 59 calls for service in this area, made through 311 on 18 different days. Response efforts have included outreach to connect people experiencing homelessness with available services, as well as achieving compliance with city laws and ordinances. They say the city has removed 31 cubic yards of solid waste from the area, though that could include the areas near but not adjacent to Sacca's property.
It isn't an overnight fix.
Kate Paulson is with Sacramento County's Homeless Engagement and Response Team, or HEART. The team does mental health outreach to the unhoused population through Sacramento's city-county partnership, including at the encampment near Golden Corral.
We visited that area 10 times between March and May, and it is an area still on the radar.
Paulson says her team has 40 behavioral health beds and hopes to add more, but with no timeline, some see the pace as too slow.
It's not just housing, it's not just mental health, it's not just substance use, it's all of those things combined.
Becca Hobbecker, ABC 10.
The city says it responds daily to 311 calls in all 8 council districts of Sacramento, and so far this year, the incident management team has responded to more than 30,000 calls for service. Over the past several months, the ABC 10 Weather Impact Team has traveled across California, uncovering why some of the state's most popular lakes are dying. Warming temperatures and a changing climate are giving algae and bacteria the upper hand. Tonight, ABC 10 meteorologist Rob Karlmark joins us with part 4 of this 4-part investigation into California's dying lakes.
Throughout this series, we've seen sobering images of California's beautiful blue lakes turning green, but they are unified on one front: finding a solution. I took a trip to Southern California's largest natural lake, Lake Elsinore, where leaders of the lake are taking the next step and fighting back. Lake Elsinore is a place that has what you would want in a smaller town, a spot to drop in and stay a while. It has a quaint main street with trees that line brick blocks of a downtown with mom and pop shops, a barber shop with an old barber pole, and a classic popular dive bar called The Wreck. Is this still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
No
up on the hill.
way. Lake Elsinore's Historical Society says all of this has been keeping people coming and staying since the 1800s. Celebrities like Steve McQueen and the original Dracula, Bela Lugosi, visited often for work and leisure. But the star of the town is the lake. It's the largest natural freshwater lake in Southern California. When the lake turned green with toxic cyanobacteria algae, like in this video from years past, the town turned upside down. Residents demanded that the city and Lake Elsinore's mayor, Steve Manos, fix the issue.
It tends to have this particular problem with cyanobacteria where the algae blooms come about each summer. In past years, it's caused massive fish kills, which then in turn cause other problems and feeds the ongoing annual problem of the algae blooms.
Lakes have different factors that aid algae growth. At Lake Elsinore, treated wastewater adds elements like phosphorus that helps algae grow. Hotter years with drought and warmer shallow water adds to more devastating blooms, like in March of 2023. The lake went through one of its most dangerous outbreaks of toxic green algae. The smell was unpleasant, and it was closed for months. Before the outbreak, the city spent millions of dollars upgrading businesses and boat launches. Those launches weren't used when the lake was closed.
They want to see something done, and no matter how difficult that is, they'd like to go ahead and see us make the effort.
Mayor Manos tasked the city council and others like Adam Guffarati to come up with a plan to save the lake.
We are really pushing hard to make changes now. Our residents deserve this. The region deserves a lake that they can swim in year-round.
The city passed a sweeping lake management plan during the lake's closure, and within months, they had the first pieces of a purification puzzle in place. Among the many things that the city of Lake Elsinore has tried to do in this lake to help the water quality is this floating nano bubbler, and they say they're already getting results. The barge keeps the nano bubbler in place, which emits very tiny bubbles in a test portion of the lake that are suspended in the water column instead of floating up. This process is designed to disrupt the typical lifestyle of algae growth and improve clarity. With the city's test bubbler and Mother Nature bringing rain over the winter, officials saw results within 1 year.
The next image, what you're seeing is actually this year. So you're seeing March 8th of 2024, and these are satellite images of the lake. You can drastically see the difference in color.
In March of 2024, people could see 16 feet under the surface of the lake, and good healthy algae was growing at the bottom for the first time.
People were posting photos, and other ones were like, that can't be Lake Elsinore.
Mayor Manos says their nano bubbler plan will expand and plans to spend $8 million more on larger nano bubblers.
Redemption, and certainly hope sprung anew. During the springtime, we saw some very clear water and very good results that I believe changed a lot of opinions as to what was possible.
For Lake Elsinore, this is a war on all fronts, and future years will likely be warmer with more droughts. Keeping phosphorus in check will also be a challenge. It's a big problem with no silver bullet, but people here are fighting for this little lake town to live in and save its history.
We all, as humans, deserve a place to swim and enjoy. We need that as part of our life. It's part of our mental health. We need a place to, stretch our legs and swim.
If you missed any part of this 4-part investigation into California's dying lakes, the full Weather Impact Team special airs right here on To The Point at 6:30 on Friday. You can also stream it now on the ABC 10 Plus app.
Before we go, here's another live look at Golden One Center. The Kings will take on the Timberwolves tonight at 7 for the season opener. ABC 10's Matt George and Kevin John are inside the stadium. And of course, we'll have a full recap for you tonight on Late News Tonight at 11, where we are lighting that beam. As always, thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. If you have something that we should be looking into, make sure to reach out to me and the team. And don't forget, To The Point does not end here. To watch stories featured on our show, download our free ABC 10 Plus app wherever you stream. Have a great night, and we'll see you later. Hey, it's Alex. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. The To The Point team and I love hearing from you, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. And don't forget, you can always email me and the team at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send us a text message at 916-321-3310.